ChatGPT always says, "Oh, your questions are clever. You're brilliant. You're excellent. You have such insight." And I love it.
Is this a way of him admitting that he's not getting that kind of validation from any real people?
Bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to...
He's using Mexican stereotypes to be racist to a man who's not Mexican. Either this racism is so high level, or Trump is so stupid that he can't even do racism right. Today's video is sponsored by Ground News. If you've been here before, you'll have seen Ground News in action. You'll know that it is an app specifically designed to give you the news breaking out of your political bubble, no algorithms deciding your fate, with easy access to information like the bias of a source, the factuality rating, and the ownership. That information is backed by 3 independent news monitoring organisations. TLDR, Ground News makes it super easy to read any story whilst being aware of and removing yourself from the political bias by being able to check out sources from the left, right, and centre. Most of the articles I use for today's video come from Ground News. I will leave those linked down below for you. One of my favourite features of Ground News is the blind spot feed. It does what it says on the tin. It shows you stories that are disproportionately covered by one side or the other of the political spectrum. Today, as of recording, our blind spot topics are pretty much all Donald Trump themed. Today's page is actually very funny for comparison, so you can see here, Russia will boost ties with Iran, Kremlin says. No coverage from right sources. 100% of the sources are high factuality. That's mostly centre and some left. That tends to be in line with the factuality ratings I usually see. Trump vows to make San Francisco great again. Low coverage from left sources. Mostly mixed or lower factuality sources. The important thing here is that it's really nice to be able to see that about a story at a glance. Go to ground.news/Emma Thorne, click on my link down below, scan my QR code, get yourself 40% off of the Vantage plan. That gives you unlimited access to all features, including the blind spot feed. It takes a lot of work and energy in general to make sure that you're being responsible with your news consumption, especially when you're sharing that news with other people. So having Ground News do all of that work for you makes life so much easier. Do check it out, get yourself that 40% off. Thank you so much for listening, and to Ground News for sponsoring this video. Hello lovely people, my name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. Just a little frog in my throat there. Now, we talk about AI a lot on this channel, and I apologise if you're getting sick of hearing about it. God knows I am. I am. I think because it's a topic that affects me and people I work with and people I know so intimately, so personally. You might not all be aware of this, but I am an actor, and particularly being someone who has done narration and voiceover work, and therefore has a lot of friends in that industry, friends who are artists. So obviously it is a professional concern as well as a general ethical one. I got my ear to the ground for all of the AI news because it matters, okay? And that is just my disclaimer for why I'm talking about AI all the time. Also, some of it is really funny. I think we can all agree that AI-generated imagery, videos, etc. was better and more enjoyable when it was shit. All the proper professional people that were talking about this from a knowledgeable standpoint said, look, one day AI work might be indistinguishable from human-made work, and we need to talk about why it's not okay for those reasons, so that we're prepared for when that happens. But we did all enjoy the bad AI, didn't we? Jesus in cargo shorts with his little earring. It is funny. When AI slop is shit, it's funny, and it's clearly distinguishable from the work of real human artists. Granted, it's still destroying the rainforest, but at least it's slightly more pleasant than better and better services that are developing today. My battery died, and I had to move my camera slightly, and now it's all gone wrong. It's all gone so wrong. So the threats from AI, if you'll permit me a slightly dramatic word, it's helping destroy the planet. It's threatening jobs, people's livelihoods, people's privacy. But what happens when it gets political? It should be no surprise to anyone that people are using AI technology, deepfake, image generation, etc. For political means and aims, because technology has been manipulated for this purpose forever, ad infinitum. Just as long as there has been technology, it has been used for political purposes. For dodgy, underhanded political purposes. The phrase Russian bots sounds like a joke at this stage, but it's a real thing. I'm not exactly 007, but I suspect that Russia is not the only country using modern technology, including AI, to try to interfere with the politics of other countries. A Labour politician in the UK has set up an AI chatbot of himself in order to facilitate answering his constituents' questions. Sounds risky, man. Good luck. Tory MP George Freeman had some troubles when a deepfake video of him was released announcing his defection to Reform UK. AI political posts have been targeting people in Scotland. AI images and videos with anti-immigrant rhetoric are going crazy right now, and maybe coincidentally are also beneficial to Reform UK. I couldn't say for sure that they or their supporters are responsible, but it is very good news for them. Last year, a fairly compelling audio clip of Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, was found to be AI generated and nearly caused him a huge amount of problems because instantly his detractors believed it.
I don't give a flying shit about the Remembrance Weekend, and even more so don't care about next Saturday. What's important and paramount is the 1 million man Palestinian march takes place on Saturday. I control the Met Police. They will do as the Mayor of London tells them and obey orders. The British public need to get a grip of I run London.
Just as it's so easy to publish a slightly misleading headline that targets the instinctive fears and hatred that people with certain views have, AI generating images, voice, and video for the same political purposes is now becoming so easy. People believed that because they wanted to believe it, because people hated Sadiq Khan. People still do. Which sucks because he is one of the few normal men in politics. That's why we love Zach Polanski. People heard a very reasonable approximation of his voice, saying the kind of things that, people like that always say, and we're trained to hate, and so they believed it. So, with most politicians across the political spectrum concerned about AI interfering with elections, with just general political bias, spreading fake news about them and their parties, it is totally fucking bananas to see the politicians that are all over AI. We're mostly going to look at Trump here, but I gotta share this clip of Boris Johnson with you because it's been doing the rounds.
I love AI. Do you use AI?
Absolutely.
Do you use ChatGPT? Do you love ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT. I love it. ChatGPT is fantastic. ChatGPT.
What do you use
so
it
encouraging.
for? What do you use it for?
Well, I'm writing various books, and but I just use it. I just ask questions. You know that the answer, but ChatGPT always says, "Oh, your questions are clever. You're brilliant. You're excellent. You have such insight." And I love it.
So that's Boris Johnson, former mayor of London, and I might as well include it in this video because he is so similar to Trump in so many ways. Less extreme, obviously, slightly more subtle, and it's amazing that we're at a point in the universe where I could refer to Boris Johnson as subtle, but just comparative to Trump, it is true. But equally, he has not just heinous policies, but a fantastically wide-ranging history of sexist, racist, Islamophobic, all sorts of lovely comments. He's also disgustingly posh, has complained about not being rich enough. He was worried about being able to afford to send his 100th child to Eton or some bullshit. And he got away with everything for his whole career, because occasionally he's a quite good goofball comedian, and he has silly hair. Do you see the Trump parallels are just like 1-to-1? So this has been doing the rounds because the way he says AI and ChatGPT. Do you like ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT. Objectively, that is very fucking funny, and I can appreciate everyone sharing that and laughing at it. The very cynical part of me does wonder if he says it like that, just so that it might do the rounds and he might become relevant on the internet. Because Boris Johnson has been irrelevant to the public, at least, for quite some time. But it's also just so tragically sad, A, to admit that you're using ChatGPT to help you write your books. Very controversial, actually, Boris. But also to admit that you like it because it massages your ego. No, but that's part of the problem with it, Boris. Part of the problem with it is that it sounds confident and it supports you in everything you do. So it can be confidently wrong in trying to make you happy. And that's how you spread misinformation. Boris doesn't care because ChatGPT is like, oh, you're so clever. Oh, this is a fantastic conversation. What a brilliant insight. It's not real, Boris. Is this a way of him admitting that he's not getting that kind of validation from any real people? Maybe he stopped having any political yes men, and now only ChatGPT can give him the validation that he needs. This is Boris not even really falling for ChatGPT being a sycophant, but knowing that it is and liking it for that reason is so fucking cringe and hilarious. So politicians creating little Pixar chatbots of themselves to talk to their constituents, Boris Johnson gushing about using AI because it flatters his ego and helps him write books. That's all pretty cringe. It's lacking in self-awareness. It's the kind of thing you expect from politicians that are just wildly out of touch with, reality, life. That's one thing. As always, Trump is operating on another level, on another fucking planet, possibly. Trump has been personally making AI-generated videos and sharing them publicly. Sometimes it's for the laughs, sometimes it seems like he's hoping that people will genuinely fall for them. It's hard to know what this demented man is thinking when he's publishing any of his social media posts.
Breaking now. President Donald J. Trump has announced a historic new healthcare system, the launch of America's first Medbed hospitals and a national Medbed card for every citizen.
Every American will soon receive their own Medbed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation.
I mean, my main question is, why? A lot of people, especially agencies, and Trump tends to operate the United States and his political office as if, the same way that he is running his businesses. Yes, I'm thinking about him selling watches.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. These make a great gift.
I think it's wrong, but I understand companies thinking that, hey, AI generating videos might be a quicker, cheaper, more efficient way of marketing something. Say a real product, maybe we can use AI to promote it, save time and money. But this isn't real. Like, these secret medbed hospitals are not real things. Why? Why? Why has he posted an AI-generated video of himself making untrue claims about a new medical service that doesn't exist? I can't fathom it. The creepiest thing is that at the start, he's smiling. It's almost like in the AI-generated videos, his smiles look more natural, and he doesn't smile naturally in real life, so it looks really uncanny. Very weird. I don't understand. I don't understand the purpose. I don't understand the thinking. 12 hours later, it was deleted. I don't know. Surely the best reaction would be for people to see that, think it's real, and be like, oh yeah, Trump is the best. This new Medbed system sounds awesome. But then it's not real. So that they're going to be disappointed. I don't understand! Now, I gather from my commenters and people I chat to on Twitch and stuff that No King's Day recently was a big success and people were very happy. You love to see it! Wish we had no king. Yeah, you guys enjoy your No King's Day over there. Meanwhile, in the UK, Prince Andrew continues to pretend he had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein or Virginia Giuffre. A lot of the celebrating of No King's Day involved anti-Trump protests, protesting his specific policies of his. Obviously, Donald wasn't super happy with that, so he responded with all the grace that you would expect of the President of the United States, and he tweeted out another AI-generated video of himself. Yep, that was Donald Trump in a crown, flying a military plane over protesters and dropping what appears to be liquid feces on them. The President of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have to mute it, by the way, but it was Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins in the background of Trump's AI-generated video. Trump's in the dementia zone, right in the dementia zone. We've had so many years now of waking up and seeing the news and thinking, this is the real world. This is the actual real world that we live in. These are the people in charge of the world. And we need a break from that. That's why there are protesters out there saying, hey ho, Trump has to go. It's such a childish reaction. I mean, he's always been childish, so it's not a surprise to anyone, but the similarities are always apparent to me. But again, it reminds me of Elon Musk. I've forgotten the title now, the book about his Twitter takeover. Being in a room with advisors and being like, should I tweet this? And then being like, no, I don't think you should tweet this. At least right now, I don't think you should tweet this. And then being like, haha, and then doing it. There are meant to be systems in place to stop people that are meant to be respected or people that have a lot of money and power and therefore responsibility from doing stupid things that make them look like idiots. And somehow we've just blown past that. The power of ego has blown past those checks and balances, and now Trump is just posting AI videos of himself shitting on people that protest him. Let's talk about Trump and Hakeem Jeffries. I can't believe how long the list of Donald Trump AI offenses is. This is without even going into his, like, cringy NFT art and shit. We're not even going to cover that today. Just know that it is fucking cringe. No wonder he hated that picture of himself on Time magazine. It's because it was a real picture, not interfered with by AI to make him look more handsome. So Hakeem Jeffries, Representative Hakeem Jeffries. It's important for me to say a little bit about him for the fact that this doesn't make sense to make sense before we start. This will all make sense in a minute. I know I sound like I'm talking shit. Hakeem Jeffries is a politician and an attorney, born and raised and educated in New York City. He is African-American from New York. I wouldn't usually think to point those things out because they aren't usually relevant, but they are here because Trump posted an AI-generated video of Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Chuck Schumer making an announcement. And the video itself won't surprise you that much. The announcement is that everybody hates Democrats because Democrats are woke and stupid, but spot the random faux cultural insertion if you can.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
For a second, if you can, forget the sombrero and the fake moustache and the mariachi music. Even if the video didn't have those things, this would be a horrible AI-generated video. Like, it would be amazing in the real normal world for a politician to keep their job after posting an AI video of their opponents saying, everybody hates our political party because of our woke trans bullshit. It's transphobic, it's racist. Even black people don't vote for us anymore because they hate us. Even Latinos hate us. Like, those people are less valid than the white voters or something. Just on its own, it's insanely bigoted. But he also... I don't want to downplay how seriously awful this is, because it shows, like we needed the evidence, but people will still, for some reason, claim that Trump isn't racist. This shows how clearly the man is just racist. I can't help but laugh, because what the fuck is going on? Politically, I think it's awful. I think he should lose his job and be in prison for various other reasons. That he could publish this video sans the Mexican accoutrements. But why the fuck did he make this video and then decide, you know what this needs? This needs Representative Jeffries in a sombrero with a little moustache and some mariachi music in the background. Hopefully it's clear now. The reason I went out of my way to explain Representative Jeffries' background, his nationality, is because he's not Mexican. He's not Mexican. He's African-American from New York. I don't know why. I just don't understand. It's racism on a level that is beyond comprehension. It's like either this racism is so high level that as a non-bigot, I can't understand it, or Trump is so stupid that he can't even do racism right. Logically, let's look at this logically. Either he thinks Hakeem Jeffries is Mexican, which is weird and crazy, and man, if you love AI that much, you could have asked ChatGPT and it probably would have corrected you. Maybe he's making fun of Hakeem Jeffries for being, like, inclusive or non-hateful of Mexican people. But I don't think that even seems like a layer too far. I don't feel like Trump is intelligent enough to make that leap if that was the particular racism that he was going for. I think he's just fucking stupid. Maybe he heard the name Hakeem and thought it was Mexican. I genuinely don't understand. I don't know anything about Hakeem Jeffries and his policies, his attitude towards things, but I do know that he made a fucking baller response to this AI-generated video by posting an image with the simple caption, "This is real," alongside the picture of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Oh! He shouldn't have had to respond to this anyway, but if we're in the era of politicians clapping back at each other over social media, can we at least appreciate how fucking badass this is? Hakeem then went on to some news program. Hold on. MSNBC. Hakeem then was on MSNBC. I'm talking like we're friends now. Representative Jeffries then was on MSNBC to just decry this as obviously terribly racist and just remind everyone that, hey, if you're not like really racist, you shouldn't support this guy, and clarify their position on healthcare and so on. And so Trump responded again, because that warranted a response. A man not even defending himself, just being like, just reacting and saying, yeah, that was a really horribly racist AI-generated video. Trump felt the need to, you know, it's like somehow by being called out for his racism, he felt like he had to save face. But most politicians, I feel like, even the racist ones, typically like to pretend that they're not racist. And Trump seemed to weirdly go the other direction.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault.
It's so fucking stupid. If he wasn't the president of the United fucking States, if he didn't have any political power, if he didn't have all of the money he had because he was already a powerful man just from being wealthy and using that wealth as influence, if he didn't have any of that and he was just like a shitposter edgy comedian, that's kind of funny. Sometimes Trump is funny, and that's why his followers relate to him a lot of the time. But again, if that's your vibe, be a fucking edgy comedian. Don't be the president of the United States. It is like shitposting, right? Because it makes even less sense. He's doubled down on the racism. He's picked the video where the person that he was being racist to has said, yeah, that was racist, and bigotry won't stand. And he's been like, ha, that's what you think, and been more racist. But again, he's using Mexican stereotypes to be racist to a man who's not Mexican. This time, Trump appears in the Mexican paraphernalia. Trump himself appears in this as a mariachi band. What the fuck does that mean? Is Trump Mexican in this joke? Is it like, haha, I'm not racist, I just love Mexican music? Is that the thing he's trying to say? Because that would be fucking stupid, but it would kind of make sense. But he still put the hat and the fake moustache on Representative Jeffries, so I could not, like, the shitpost response of your opponent calling you out for being racist and just doing the same thing, right? Putting the mariachi music in the background, putting him in a sombrero and a mustache. I get that from a shitposting perspective, but then putting several versions of yourself in the background as a mariachi band just like elevates it to a level of incomprehensibility that I just can't penetrate. Obviously, the responses to this were far-reaching. Somebody reposted the picture of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, but they both have sombreros and fake moustaches on. It's so stupid. This is politics. This is like the most powerful country in the world. This is the president of the United States. Is shitposting racist Mexican stereotypes to a man who's not Mexican. What's going on? So that's what the United States government is up to. I just thought I'd share that with you. We love AI cringe on this channel, and when the AI cringe is being posted by the President of the United States and it has incomprehensible racism in it, how could we not talk about it? I don't really have a message today. I don't have a particular agenda here. I'm just so fucking baffled. Racism is bad. AI generating fake footage of politicians is bad, but I feel like you guys already knew those things, so everything else is beyond my understanding. I don't know what to say. Oh, God, I hope we get out of this. I hope next time US elections roll around, we have a nice, peaceful transfer of power to a normal person, and this sort of shit stops happening. If you have any idea what is going on, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm struggling. Maybe we should ask ChatGPT what that video means. It might understand better than us. Maybe we need someone inside the AI mindset. Do let me know your thoughts down below. Like this video if you liked it. All of that helps me fight the YouTube algorithm, so it is much appreciated. The best way to support this channel and what I do here is via the Patreon. With that, I must give a big thank you and a shout out to my giant chickens and colossal quackers over on Patreon. Especially Conla. Goddamn AI-generated Conla. Most importantly, have yourselves a very lovely week, and I will see you really soon.